Alright, hey guys, this is going to be a 2-night, 3-day adventure. We're here at the Ice Age National Scenic Trail, and we're going to be doing some hiking back to a lake and just primitive camping back there. We're going to be using a tarp. Got us both sleeping bags since the temperatures are going to be in the 30s during the day and then to the 20s to teens at night, and I didn't want him getting cold, but Morty is normally panting when it's this cold out, so I think he'll be fine either way, but just wanted to be safe. So we're originally going to do a trip up to the headwaters and canoe down. So we're originally going to do a canoe trip in the headwaters and canoe down the Pine River and set up camp in there, but with the snow that we got, I just didn't want to risk getting stuck on a forestry road. You have to drive like 5 miles back to get to the put-in for the canoe launch, so I didn't want to risk getting stuck out there. I only have a 2-wheel drive car, so didn't want to take the chance. So this will be a good adventure though, some nice snow. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a good time. So how about we get going? You come here? You don't want the backpack? Do you not want the backpack? Come on, bud. Good boy. Gotta build up those muscles, man. It's terrible, isn't it? Just ripping out some of his hair, adjusting the straps. Sorry, bud. So he's going to be carrying the wool blanket that we'll be using tonight, along with the sleeping bags, and then he's got his dog food in here. As for me, I have a big monstrosity of a pack. Since I was originally planning this trip on a canoe, I wasn't really concerned about weight, and I had 3 different bags. I had a dry bag with extra clothes and the wool blanket in it, and then I had another bag for the camera gear, and then I had this big thing filled up. So we had to readjust some stuff last night when I decided to come out here, but it is what it is. Hi, bud. Oh gosh, you don't fit through with the pack. You don't fit through with the pack. Alright, so we already almost made a big mistake. We started going off on the ATV trail. This is the Ice Age trail. Yeah. Let's get going, Mort. Go this way. Alright, so we had a little bit more confusion. The trail map was saying that the parking was on this side, so we should have had to be going that way. But the map's wrong, I think. So we do have to go this way to get to the chain lakes, and we'll be camping at the lake below that. So, guess we can get going now. Finally got all the confusion worked out. Man. just had to stop and had to shed my outer layer because I was getting real warm and starting to sweat. So this guy's probably pretty warm too. But yeah, real nice day out, just snowing real lightly. This is gonna be a good trip. All right, so right after saying it's raining or snowing a little bit, then it picks up pretty good. Watch your step, don't get wet. Whew. Yep. This is what I have to hike through. Hopefully it does this tonight when we're around the fire underneath the tarp. Yeah, that would be cool. Never gone winter camping before, so this is my first little taste of it. Yeah, only gone in summer and then mostly to campgrounds, and I started backpacking a few years ago in summer. And then hadn't gone out in a long time, was getting the itch to get out again. So this was gonna be it, and it's actually really cool out here. Never been out here backpacking in winter. Woo! Almost fell. Buddy, it's okay. Here. Buddy, you're okay. Alright, well, he's freaking out a little bit. We just saw either some wolves or coyotes running over there. Buddy, you're okay. We'll get the shelter set up. So we're right at the camp. We're just gonna set up right here. Get warmed up a little bit. Someone left us a lot of wood, so that's pretty nice. Won't have to cut as much. Come here. Up. Hurry up. There you go. You rest on that. Rest. Oh boy. Yeah, he did not like seeing that. Normally I wouldn't be too scared, but with him, has me a little worried. I think they're gone now, bud. They're running off. They're running off. Come here. Lay down. Press. What are your acts? Rest. Good boy. Stay. Hi. Hi. Buddy, what are you doing? I'm still here. Look at that wet though. Hey, hey, hey. You're gonna get that wet. Come on. What are you doing? You're supposed to be on the tarp so you're not getting wet. I'm gonna rearrange the fire pit a little bit to get more useful for this type of shelter.
of other kind of failures trying to get a fire started. I broke down and then I found a few dead standings because it doesn't pay to be lazy. Hoping it would, but all that stuff that was cut here is pretty damp, so I'm gonna have to go with this. First, we give Morty his food. You want food? Yeah, so second attempt with the dead standing worked out pretty good. I didn't bring you guys in on it, but I was just getting frustrated. Like, I freaking want to fire, and I shouldn't have been lazy and just try to use the wood that was there because I knew it was going to be damp. I think they got a little rain up here the prior days, and then today was a real wet snow, so everything's just kind of damp. But even with that dead standing, it still didn't want to go at first. I cut a bunch of pencil-sized pieces and made a bunch of wood shavings, used some birch bark, and it still smoldered for a bit. So definitely glad I got her roaring now. She's smoking me out a bit, but nice to have that warmth. Drying out my gloves too. They're frozen solid. So I made a little makeshift fire reflector for tonight. Don't want to go out and try to build an actual one, but there's some rocks around here, and then I used some funky wood to stand up for the rest of it. Time to cook up some mashed potatoes and weenies, I think. I haven't ate all day, so definitely hungry. Stay. Just grab some water from the lake. It's starting to freeze over pretty much, except the center is not frozen over yet, and I was surprised to see that. Didn't think it would be frozen over yet. Whew. Change directions on us a little bit. Yeah, I was surprised to see those. I don't know if they were coyotes. I didn't get a good enough look at them, but it might have been wolves. I know I've seen wolves just behind me here across the lake that were checking me out one night. But yeah, I don't know if he was whining because he'll whine to when he wants to play with a dog, but I don't know, he seemed kind of freaked out at the same time, so they left us alone though. They ran off, so, and hopefully they won't be back to investigate later. Right, Morty? Yeah, even those dead standings are pretty, some of them are pretty damp too. Morty's out pretty good here. Poor buddy. He's never been on a backpacking trip before. This is the first one, and it's winter, so definitely had his fill for today, I think. I got a nice, well, not a nice, but I got a 0-degree sleeping bag for him that I bought when I first started backpacking. It's a cheaper one, so I think I'll keep him warm. It's warm enough right now anyways as it is, so. That winds are rocking. It's only supposed to be like 4-mile-per-hour wind, but I guess it's changed. Well, I was just talking a big deal about my steak here, and I didn't even have the microphone on, so we'll go again. Alright, so here's the steak. Cooking up. Someone left a fire grate here for me, so bonus. Morty's pretty excited about this. Aren't you, Morty? Just look at that intensity. He wants it. He wants it. Don't you? Don't you? I want it too. I think we'll give her a little bit more and then we'll flip her. And got the fire going pretty nice here now too, so I can probably use that
kind of wet, chunky wood that was left here before. Oh no, she's burning. God, guys, come on. Get back in there. There. Oh boy. Oh, flames. Ah, that's hot. Okay, new plan. Stick. Stick and knife for the win. Oh, come on. That fire is damn hot. There we go. There we go. Gotta flip Morty's. There. Just gonna wipe that knife on my pants, but I just realized probably a stupid idea since we saw wolves right when we got here. So don't want another snuggle buddy tonight. So Morty's good enough. Morty's good enough. But check this out. It is meant to be. The steak split nicely in half. So let's get a little pointer stick right here. So this one right here is going to be mine. That one is Morty's. He's going to get a smaller chunk, and then I'm going to give him some of his dog kibble with that. I think that's a fair trade since I bought the steak. I don't think he thinks so. Dick a jerk. You're taking all the food for yourself. Alright, let's get you guys back on the tripod. Whoop. Uh-oh. Yeah, gosh. Why do you have to be so finicky? Alright. Yeah, it was a crazy day coming up here. Like I said, right when we got to the campsite, Morty was whining away. And I'm like, what is he whining about? I thought maybe he was cold or something. I look over, there's either 3 coyotes or wolves running off into the woods. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw them last time I was here. They were right over there across the... I'll show you in the morning. They're right across the lake. Not across the lake, the little inlet here. Just staring at me. And, you know, I wasn't too worried about it. I yelled at them and they took off. But now with Morty along, I worry a little bit more. So I'm going to be putting him on a leash tonight just to make sure he doesn't run off and get attacked or something. So, sorry, bud. Yeah, it's pretty warm with the fire right here. The fire reflector is working pretty good. And I don't know if I'll leave the fire going all night. I don't know if I want to stoke it. With the sleeping bag I got, I think it will be perfectly fine. And I got a new sleeping pad too that has an R value of 4.4, so I think it'll be pretty good. Morty will probably be like sweating in the middle of the night or something, panting. But yeah, should be fun. How is this steak doing? Rotate her here. A little bit more on that side, I think. Hopefully I'm not overcooking them. I like my steaks a little raw in the middle, but I think it was half frozen when I put it on the grill, so I just want to give it a little bit more so it's nice and warm in the middle. But yeah, those batteries shoot back up, my gosh. Because I was like, is this how the trip's gonna go? I bought 5 batteries for this camera, and I drained 2 like by like 3 o'clock, and I wasn't even filming that much. Like, oh my gosh, the cold is gonna eat the batteries. But yeah, just sticking them back in your pocket. I got another 108 minutes, and it's going down faster than it should, but I think that's gonna be the key to the game, is just have a battery warming in the pocket and plugging them in and out. Yep. Should be a good night. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up, because there's a nice dead tree right here, and I would like to avoid that, but there's 2 campsites over there. I could have hiked down to a second lake, and I didn't want to try hiking through the woods. Even though I said I was going to, I just wanted to get to camp and get set up, so I was nice and warm, and Morty was nice and warm. He was getting pretty wet, and then his paws were picking up a lot of snow, so I didn't want to try to track through the woods and try to find another lake. And on this lake, there's 2 campsites. Other campsite had probably 3 times the dead trees, so I didn't want to go there. I came down here, and oh, there's the plane out in the wilderness. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, there's far more dead trees there, and I thought I'd take my chances, but gosh, that wind picked up. I looked on my weather app because I get a little bit of service here, and it was saying gust up to 40 miles an hour. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be next to this big thing if it goes in the middle of the night. But it seemed to, it's pretty calm now, not hardly any wind right now, so I'm hoping it stays like that. I don't think tomorrow's supposed to be windy at all, so I think tonight with that front coming in was supposed to be the big push of gusts. Weather app said they might get up to 30 miles an hour tonight, but from what it is doing right now, it's doing nothing really, so hoping it stays like that. Alright, these steaks are probably done. Yeah, so I got a new zebra pot too. These things are pretty nice. I had a Stanley one before that, and I was just gonna boil my water to purify it on this one. Like, I don't want to be like running back to the lake, boiling, running back to the lake, boiling. So I just got I think it was a 14 or 16 inch or centimeter zebra pot. And of course it comes with, I got the one with the firebox kind of handle, so the handle stands up so you can turn it into a little outdoor oven. So I'll have to try that sometime. I think that would be interesting, like baking a cake out here or something, or baking some bread. So I'll have to try that, but for right now, it's serving its purpose. And I think Morty's snoring right now. Buddy, your steak's done. Let them cool off a little bit. I'm gonna have to slice it up with my hands here, so I don't want to scald them off, but yeah. Spoke too soon, should have knocked on wood. Wind was picking up a little bit, but yeah, she was ripping pretty good. I was worried about the tarp a little bit, but it seems to be okay now, so yeah. He is snoring. He's not used to doing hikes like this, so he's never been out overnight. My parents take him car camping, so they have a trailer, so he gets the luxury of a trailer at night, so he's never experienced this before. Besides the one time when I lived at home and I forgot him out overnight. I think that's the only time he's been outside overnight, so he has it in for him. Yeah, that fire reflector's working real nice. Like I said, I don't think I'll keep the fire going throughout the night. I'll probably cut up the rest of that wood and just leave it in rounds and throw a couple on every now and then when I wake up, but I'm not going to actively be stoking the fire all night because I don't think I'll need to. Still got to hang my bear bag, so there's some trees down there. I'm not going to go too far away, but yeah, hopefully the wolves aren't out when I do that, because I'm going to hang it right over where they were before watching me the last time I was here. I haven't been able to get any cell reception. I have one bar, but it doesn't want to send text messages for some reason, so it's probably better off that I don't tell my girlfriend and my parents that we saw wolves right away when we got to here. Oh man. Alright, I think it'll probably be cool enough to touch, hopefully. Oh yeah. Oh, swiping some meat meat scent on myself before I go to bed. Oh, come on. Oh, it's still hot. That's damn fat doesn't want to cut off. There we go. I'm surprised he's still sleeping right now. Normally if there's food he's like up right away. She's a little pink in the middle. A little bit overdone, but his was smaller than mine, so hopefully mine still has more pink in the middle. Normally I like my meat bleeding. Oh. You can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm sorry about that. Enjoy this montage of me looking at the camera and cutting up meat with a sharp knife. Just kidding. Don't want to kill myself. Wash that off with some snow, I think. Just cold. Just don't want that smell on me. I don't want to run down to the water, and the lake's frozen all the way around the edges, so I'll have to break through the ice. I broke through it, came back and boiled some water. By the time it was boiled, and I went back to get more because the pot tipped over on me. Came to a rolling boil. I'm like, oh, I'll just leave it a little longer, and I got up to do something, and then I just heard like, psh, and it put out half my fire. So I'm like, oh, that's great. I worked a pretty long time getting that fire going, and now half of it's out. Luckily, it didn't spill in the center of it, though. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if we can wake him up. Bear with me here. So that's what we got going on for him. I think that should be enough. I gave him 2 cups for lunch. She's still steaming, but she's not hot to the touch. So let's see here. There he is, he's snoring. Oh, he woke up. Alright. I'll be down there for you, buddy. You can get it. Okay. Okay. There. Okay. Just don't get it everywhere, okay? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Is that some good stuff, buddy? You're welcome. I don't think he's ever had steak before. Uh-oh. You okay, bud? It's not too hot for you, is it? I don't think it's too hot. I was touching it. And it's just steaming because it's cold out. But yeah, I was touching it. There's one more left in there, bud. You see it? There you go. There you go. I think you got it all now. Yeah. That one will be going back up in the tree with the rest of the food bag. Don't want to be taking any chances. But now it's time for mine. So, see you guys back in a bit after I'm fed and happy with a full stomach. Alright guys, I think that's gonna be pretty much for tonight. Sorry I kind of left you out by the fire, but it's just relaxing. Just got done making some hot water bottles for me and Morty to go to bed with. Still got the fire going. But yeah, all in all, it was a good day. Wind's picking up a little bit. It's snowing a bit. I'm hoping the wind stays down because, like I said, that dream makes me nervous. But
I don't know, besides just camping out somewhere else around the lake or hiking down to that other one, there wasn't much else I could do. So these are designated camping sites, so you would wish that they would keep it up a little bit better. So, but yeah, so good night, guys, and see you tomorrow morning. Say good night, Morty. He's already passed out and snoring. But yeah, good night, guys.
Alright, hey guys, just got back to the car. Yeah, I woke up this morning and both me and Morty were real cold, so I decided to just make it a one-night adventure. Yeah, like I said last night, my sleeping pad for some reason just kept deflating. I would blow it up and 40 minutes later it would be back flat on the ground. So I don't know if it's the valve stem that's doing something weird or if I got a hole in it somehow. I don't know if Morty stepped on it. Morty, because he did come out of the tarp after he was laid down, so maybe he stepped on it or maybe a spark hit it and got a tiny little hole in it, or yeah, I don't know what, but definitely waking up cold this morning. I didn't want to try to do another night with no sleeping pad. Morty's sleeping bag got a little wet. I think it was pressed up against the tarp wall and that moisture transferred over, so didn't want to do another one with him because he was kind of chilly, so I decided to hike out. Yeah, it was a rough hike out. Didn't eat anything this whole trip besides that steak last night and then a few peanut M&Ms. Then on the way out I'm like, I gotta eat some beef jerky or something, so I got that and I started feeling a little better. But definitely things to watch out for is keep the food energy going when it's this cold out. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. My lens is fogging up a little bit here, so I'll get going. But yeah, like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you on another adventure. Thanks.